Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Theta token and going over a long-term market analysis, sort of providing my thoughts on where I think it is headed over the next few months. So if you're new to the channel and you want to show some support, please leave a like and subscribe. So we have these moving averages here. This one in red is the 20-week simple moving average. The green one is the 21-week exponential moving average. So together they form this band, and really this is a pretty important band in terms of defining the difference between a sideways market, a bull market, and a bear market. So we can see when price action is generally oscillating back and forth between these moving averages, we're in this range-bound environment, sort of waiting for the definitive move, both to the upside or to the downside. And we can also see how when we're in a bull market, we're generally holding this as support on any sort of correction and retest. So we can see in August of 2020, we had a retest of this band. We pumped off of this and formed some higher highs. We had another retest in November of 2020, kind of signifying once again it was support, and that led us to higher highs. And then we entered this consolidation phase where we were just kind of ranging above and below it. And eventually we broke down and started holding it as resistance. So we can see this very key rejection here in December of 2021. We came down, formed lower lows, took out this support area, came back up, and then rejected once again. So these moving averages will be continuously moving down because 20 weeks ago the closing price was much higher. But in the next few weeks, we will be seeing a retest of these moving averages, and it's going to be a very definitive place for the market to decide, are we going to continue? Are we going to reject and then continue this longer term downtrend? Or will we start entering that range bound environment and forming a base which could potentially lead to the bottom? So if we are starting to oscillate back and forth around this moving average in the next few months, then that's a positive side. It would mean that we're starting to build this base, this longer term accumulation phase, sort of gearing up for the next bull market. And if you do see that, I would start to get excited, and that would be a positive look for the chart, especially if we're building the base off the support levels formed back in 2020. So if I go back here, we can see this very important rejection in May of 2020 at this 58-cent mark. We also saw another rejection in August, taking us down from this rejection about 35%. So that was a very key rejection. And then we broke above this and consolidated, holding this as support, which is a very good sign. And we know this is going to be a very key level. So if we are starting to trend down to this level, this could potentially be an area for a base to form for some sort of macro bear market bottom. We also do have this level here at around 80 to 83 cents, which is the range high of this consolidation phase. I would expect this to also hold as support in the event that we are starting to make our way back down to this level. So something like this, where we come back down and maybe retest and enter this range here, that would not be a bad sign, because that would lead me to believe this is some sort of formation of a longer term base. And really, if we get that sort of price action, I would expect it to range for a while, right? We do have this range here starting in February 2019 going all the way to basically May of 2020, and this lasted 64 weeks. So do not expect us to go back to all-time highs in the next few months, because that is pretty much out of the question. We do need time for this to develop, form some market structure, and really kind of play out and form some sort of longer term base. But if we do start coming back down to this level, holding it as support, consolidating, that will be a positive sign for me. And I think that's most likely what we're going to see. We could see some sort of wick down to this level and consolidate above this turquoise support area. Either way, I do expect a consolidation phase before ultimately trending back up. And that, again, that consolidation phase would kind of be sort of oscillating around these moving averages, not holding it as resistance or not holding it as support, but really just kind of moving back and forth and trending into this sideways action. And I think that would be healthy for the market. I think that would form a very strong support level for us to start, trending back up eventually later on. So that's the end of my longer term Theta token analysis. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any video recommendations, comments, suggestions, or feedback, please do leave those below. I really do appreciate those. And as always, I will see you in the next one.